I'll give 10k to the person who guesses who is gonna be the co-caster. So you guys can type some names in the chat if you wanna take a guess. The first person that types it correctly will get a 10k extra prize, I guess, from me for guessing correctly. But coming into this match, Gagbom running that nice Lowaddle team again. I see a lot of aggression in this team. And Alola is, of course, Alola special, full speed most of the time. He's always running high speed, high aggro teams, and let us see how this match turns out to be. So let us see how does this look like. It's actually Lowaddle and Sizemon start. It looks pretty rough, but is it gonna be Mimit? Is Mimit not gonna be banned? And does Gagbom actually get the chance of getting that Mimit in? Is that gonna be the way it is gonna be? Well, Alola is still deciding what does he actually take with. But Tulkin has been picked, and so far there is no answer that is correct, by the way, just saying. So, well, let us see who do we have. Who do we have? So we have Skunch, we have Wolfie. Mimit is absolutely banned again, so there will be no Mimit coming in this time frame. So what is gonna be? Alright, so Tulkin and Mix are here right now. Tulkin and Mix are currently here right now, and we have a Size Munch and Lowaddle. I think that Lowaddle is gonna Faraday cage either a Skunch or just back out because he can do it later on, you know. So Skunch and Size Munch against a Mix. Mix just safely backs out. They are both reading each other pretty well. Banshee coming in. Tulkin is looking pretty strong. Sizemon heats up. Windburst going in through it, and looks like it is pretty ready for wrecking balls. Does this Skunch stay in or not is the question. I do not think this Skunch wants to stay in unless it has. Even with full speed, I think even Nip might just be enough to kill it, because Skunch doesn't have Ninja Jutsu till turn 3. So, I mean, I think Skunch would be swapped, but he can be a ballsy boy and keep it in and maybe bring Mushuk in. So Wreck does come in and Wreck does a lot of damage. And Banshee will be doing a beta burst on that Skunch. That Skunch is spec'd to live that, and it does live that. Wind burst will be taking that as well. That is pretty looking sweet so far. That Seismunch has got a lot of value, but it cannot escape from here anymore. It is stuck in there. Luwaddle comes in. It's about to start putting some work, I guess. This Luwaddle, I think, is good enough to kill that Seismunch and kill that Banshee as well. How is this thing gonna turn out to be? We do not know yet, but let us figure out as this turn goes. I think this Seismunch +2 attack, +2 speed is good enough to get this. I mean, real question, does 40% Banshee mean never mind? Yeah, Dim Mak definitely kills now. This is so smart play. Oh my god. That is really smart gameplay there. Reactive Wild was so good over there. It actually lived another turn. This Seismunch is looking pretty scary now. Not gonna lie, the Wreck is up. The Mushuk can come in and the Wreck can absolutely do disgusting damage to both of these. Almost delete them out of the map. Gagbom is looking pretty on point. He is not kidding around with that Luwaddle. No cheese. No heavy cheese at least being played by him. He is playing pretty intense and insane. Co-caster slacking though. Yeah, he is. He's not showing up yet. Alright, let's see how it is gonna go after here. So, Tornado doing some damage, overexerting, but this Mushuk is gonna take some of that as well. Pass it on the other side. This Luwaddle is being used very smartly. It's not being completely cheesing the stuff out here, but a really creative use of that. Alola is kind of in a bad spot. That Seismunch is looking pretty nasty. It has that heat up ready. +2 speed makes sure that that Wreck is gonna go for it, and Wreck is gonna kill this stuff around here. So let us see what is gonna happen here. I think Luwaddle backs out now, and maybe Alola reads that and attacks the Mushuk instead of Luwaddle, but the safe play is to attack that Luwaddle before it does more damage in the place, and the cage is coming in, so that Luwaddle has to die is what Alola is saying. And there was no swap for Luwaddle. He actually goes for Mushuk with the Crystal Spike. Kind of confused on which button did Alola press, because oh my god, that Luwaddle does disgusting damage, to be honest. Maybe Alola pressed the wrong green button on the wrong side. That was not the green button, Alola. But that mix got absolutely deleted out of there. 100-0. That cage did not come in handy. It was a pretty kaboom. This Mudrid is ready with the Crystal Dust to take that Luwaddle down now, finally, after all these attempts.
Hello, hello. How are you doing, Saga?
I am doing pretty great. You are right about in action. Your clubmates are fighting each other till the death.
Yeah, and it seems as though we've got an interesting match here. This is game 1, I believe, I presume?
Yes, indeed it is game 1.
And it seems like Dave Gaglino, also known as Gagbom, is going to be finishing this one off with a victory. $200 tournament, 150 going to first place. What? No, wait, how much money is it? I don't remember. Oops.
No, he literally decided to skip this cup to play that, so he better be ready, otherwise I'll just take that winning prize from him.
Hey, no, I had to go shopping, okay?
Oh, you were buying some salt?
Yes, I was buying some salt for later tonight when I get salty.
I see.
So I'm not in the game, but I can see from your stream, it seems that Alola has picked Tulkin and Turok as their lead into Mushhook plus 2-wire. We've been seeing this Mushhook plus 2-wire lead consistently come out of the woodworks almost. Well, not really. It's been developing recently. Very strong lead because you can perfect jab and you can perfect jab plus Faraday Cage into literally anything. Okay, and it does a decent chunk of damage since first the perfect jab doesn't get resisted by anything because of the neutralize, and Faraday Cage, even though nothing resisted in the first place, or Feather Gatling, it also gives toxic ticks because of the Mushhook, the synergy with toxics from Mushhook's toxic typing.
Alright, so battle is in the air again. Battle is in the air again. All the birds are fighting each other. We have actually common factor being applied. So you believe it's gonna be...
So actually, there's some really interesting things going on here. We have, so obviously, like you said, we have the common factor being applied, but more importantly, we have the chamomile on Turok. Okay, this is a very big situation because that means that tendernesses on Turok are not nearly as like crucial, I would say. And on top of that, if they can't get any toxic ticks on it. Okay.
Correct.
But we do see the perfect jab plus Faraday Cage going into this Tulkin, bringing it down to a solid 42.7%, and the toxic ticks being applied, while Stone Ball from Turok goes onto the 2R, bringing it down to 6.1%, being taken down by that burn. Amazing plays by Alola here. Calced, okay? You know, people talk about things being calced for living on 1 HP. That literally barely killed. Okay, I think that almost perfectly killed. Okay, so calced right there. Beautiful play by Alola. And now we have the Scunch coming out. Chamomile Scunch. Okay, so that means later in this game, if we have a Mudrid on the board, right? This Scunch, as long as it has the immunity up, won't be able to be put to sleep by this Crystal Luge with a mix swap in, right? Making this Scunch very threatening to this Bun or Mudrid. But with Scunch coming out on the board, it does threaten perfect jabs. Perfect jab into Wastewater possibly from this Mushhook if they're speed staggered, which can be extremely threatening. But we see the morale boosting whip coming out from the Mushhook onto the Tulkin, boosting its speed, bringing Scunch down to 63.0% with a tornado, as uppercut from Gagbom's Mushhook finishes off this Tulkin. Perfect jab from Scunch coming out on the Mushhook, doing that crucial defense down, as Scunch has its holds up, it has Oshi up, it has Savage Suplex up, it's ready to do some damage.
You know, I was actually thinking co-casting with you, but you seem so much full of energy right now, I might as well let you have this match for yourself. While I eat something.
Hey, but we can't let me expend all my energy right now. But while I said that, okay, Alola did bring in his mix, aka Broccoli. Okay, Broccoli threatens both of the Tems on this board. Both of them are either 2 times or 4 times weak to the mental stab off of mix. Although it doesn't have Side Surge up, it does have Emanip. Emanip can take down this Scunch, depending on how frail... Actually, I think it does, because it's at 63%. We see the Emanip going at the Scunch. The Scunch hangs on with 8.7% health. That is huge. We see Perfect Jab from the Mushhook going into the enemy Mushhook. 2 Perfect Jabs from both Scunch and Mushhook going into Alola's Mushhook. As Uppercut goes on the Scunch and barely finishes off. You know, that might have been another perfect kill, honestly. Might have been a calced kill. Not actually calc, but you know. Let's say it is.
Alola being on
coming out.
Is what you mean.
Ah, there we go. Alola is being on point. And now we have God damn it, Gagbom. Oh, I don't know if I'm supposed to swear. I'm sorry if I'm not supposed to, Saga. But yeah, I digress. We have Gagbom messing me up with his name, and Zalbian coming out to threaten both of these mental / melee temps. Okay. For those who do not know, the Zalbian does have can turn into any typing that it has its move, any typing that it has on its move set. The move it uses right before it uses it, it changes its typing with attack T, if it is attack T, that is. But more importantly, it can threaten both of these Tems on the field with digital stab, but usually most Zalbians don't have a zero hold digital move, as we see Alola go for the self crystal spikes, bringing it down to 6.7%. Perfect jab from Puppet Master going on to the Mushuk. Wow, that was amazing. That was amazing. Electro Punch coming out from the Zalbian, bringing Mushuk down to 37.8%, keeping that mix safe because of the self crystal spikes. That was actually a beautiful play. I've seen Alola do it before. I think we've all seen Alola do it before for those who have seen Alola in tournament. But it gets me every time. Gets me every damn time. Again, don't know if I'm supposed to be swaying. Sorry in advance. Wow, Turok coming in, eating up that Cyberclaw from the Zalbian. Mushuk would have not liked that, considering it's at -3 defense. Size uppercut going on to the Turok from the Mushuk as Broccoli responds with a side surge onto Gagbom's Mushuk, bringing it down to 37.3%. Saga, you haven't been talking at all. What do you think of this? Saga has died. He has perished at the booth. Feels bad, man.
You need to stop asking me when I'm eating. I'm numbing. Give me a few minutes. Give me a few more turns.
I see. Okay, as we see the cage coming out. Wow, this isn't a escapist Turok. I figured it was. But we have Purgation on the Zalbian, going onto the Mushuk that tried to swap out into some Tem. Don't know which one, but one of them. Going onto this Mushuk, which isn't what Gagbom wants. Oh, so Mimit was the Tem that they had in the back. Okay. So, wow, actually Mimit would have been huge for Gagbom there, considering that it threatens almost everything. It threatens everything on Alola's team. It walls Mudrid, it walls Mix, it walls Turok, and even though Mushuk can do a lot to it, it's still gonna get OHKO'd by the Mimit, right? We do see morale boosting whip from that Mushuk swap in on Alola's side go down as the Mix does take out Gagbom Zalbian, making sure that it doesn't get any more purgations off. Mix does overexert for the kill though, and ends up killing itself in the process. Gagbom responds with his own Mushuk uppercut onto the Mushuk, bringing it down to 13.6%.
You know, Rishi, I was eating very small bites, and I was expecting you to call me randomly and I would speak up. But when I took the biggest bite and my mouth was full of stuff, that's when you called me. And I was like, what is this timing of this guy?
Dude, well, as you know, I have that little camera in your house. Sorry, wait, you're not supposed to know about that. So, what do you think of this board state? I really like Alola's positioning here.
I mean, it looks pretty nice, to be honest. Let me see. So,
yeah, the only problem is that Mimit is kind of at a lot of health, but Gagbom's real Mushuk isn't. Oh, well, I guess Mimit's not on a whole bunch of health anymore. But actually, never mind, I take that back. Gagbom is in a better position here, considering that Turok does not like double Mushuk boards. But one Mushuk, Gagbom's real Mushuk does OX. So there is a chance for Alola here. Let's see, Turok comes out. Turok being at 51.2%. If this Turok is somehow able to kill Mushuk with Tactical Strike Tornado, ooh. Tactical Strike Tornado might be able to take this out. Let's see.
Sure?
Tactical Strike Tornado, bringing it from 50% all the way down to 0%. Okay, now I don't think it lives an uppercut though at -1, okay? I think what Alola had to do there was hope to God that Feather Gatling somehow did 50%. And then Tornado this Mushroom as Upcut does take down Alola. Or Alola's Turok. GG's to Gagbom.